There are growing signs that Iraq is putting behind a row triggered by a recent secession referendum in the semi-autonomous Kurdistan region. Kurdistan's Prime Minister, Nechirvan Barzani, has begun a diplomatic campaign to put things right. He sat down for talks with Iraqi Prime Minister Heidar al-Abadi last week. The Iraqi premier renewed Baghdad's conditions for lifting restrictions on the northern region after the illegal vote. Abadi also demanded that the northern region stop selling oil without the central government's consent. Baghdad said that the talks were held in an atmosphere of trust. Kurdistan's prime minister then traveled to neighboring Iran and met with top officials there.
The visit shows that reconciliation efforts are we're in the midst of them, not just in terms of the relationship between the Kurdish autonomous regime and Baghdad, but also between the Kurds of Iraq and neighboring Iran. It's important to normalize the region more widely.
During the talks in Tehran, Iran's President Hassan Rouhani reiterated that his country always supports a united and integrated Iraq. Iranian officials told the visiting Kurdish premier that Iraq's territorial integrity and sovereignty must be respected. Iran was one of Iraq's neighbors that strongly opposed the September 2017 secession referendum in the northern Iraqi region. Iran imposed a set of punitive measures against Kurdistan in solidarity with Iraq's central governments. The Kurdish premier's latest diplomatic efforts are seen as a sign that Kurdistan does not want to remain isolated. That's because the strained ties with Baghdad, Tehran, and other neighbors of Iraq, like Turkey and Syria, are said to have taken a heavy toll on Kurdistan's economy.
This is a sign, moreover, that the Kurdish regime in northern Iraq has come to accept the conclusion of the insurgency, whereby Iraq has now retaken control of its rightful territory, including the Kirkuk oil fields, which were never a part of the Kurdish region according to any Iraqi law.
Last year's referendum in Kurdistan was held despite international opposition. It came as Iraqi security forces were still engaged in a fierce battle against the Daesh terror group. The vote, which was declared by Iraq's Supreme Court as unconstitutional, received support from only one part of the world, Israel. This raised fears in Iraq and among its neighbors that the referendum may provide the Israeli regime with an opportunity to create a base in Kurdistan. But now, through a coordinated response, Iraq and other regional governments seem to have prevented Iraq's partition. Experts have warned that any effort to partition Middle Eastern countries would definitely compound security problems in the world's most volatile region.